Hello and welcome to Friday with the Chakontas. I am Mr. Chakonta
And I'm Mrs. Chakonta.
and we're back with FWTC Reacts.
Yes, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Thank you for following us on Instagram, on TikTok, as well as Facebook. If you're new, I hope you enjoy the chat. Feel free to post your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well and share to others.
Yeah, and also on YouTube music. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
exclusives on YouTube Music as well as also YouTube. And then the other ones, other platforms, we'll try our best to
keep them updated.
Keep them updated, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what story
What do we have for you today?
Yeah, what are we gonna talk about today?
Okay. It goes like this.
Yeah.
I need your help.
Yeah.
How long does it take after meeting the family of a lady before she can start performing her duties at my place, such as helping with house chores, washing, etc.? My fiancé and I have been together for 2 years now, and recently I sent people to meet her family and they took to Mbale. Before that, my fiancé would literally refuse to enter my house when she visits and would not even help with cleaning the house or anything. By then, I understood because I was not known to her family. However, I expected that perhaps after sending people to meet her family, things would change. Yet still, she insists that she can only do housewife duties after I pay something. We took Tumbale Kuti Tati Gwilileko. Haha. Challenge. We took Tumbale and they even mentioned that traditionally they consider us as married because we have reached. They are Lalas by tribe, but I get surprised when my fiancé still refuses to enter my house. So I thought maybe there is something I'm missing here. Sometimes I call her to come and help me with washing, especially because my time is limited due to work issues, yet she would give excuses. Anyone who has married someone of the Lala tribe before, how was it? Kindly enlighten me.
I think there's some clarifications you need to make because you've said a few things.
All right. So this is a story from Zambia.
I'll ask you, what's Tumbale first?
Plates. But let me,
Okay,
but you have to,
ahead, go ahead.
No, maybe you can explain it. So this is a story from Zambia and there are different types of traditions that are practiced, but this is one very common tradition that's practiced. It's very similar to it's basically pre-bride price or pre-bridal price, right? Yeah. Pre being charged for bridal price. So usually what would happen if a man and a woman are interested in each other, they want to get married, so the woman would send a man or the man and his the man and his representatives or just his representatives would go to the woman's house to basically say, we are interested in this particular young lady. Yeah. Now, in order to do that and start the conversation, there's this thing where they physically actually take plates, and they put a small amount of money. And this is used as a symbol to kind of start the conversation. This is not the bride price. This is just in the beginning of saying, we are interested. Right? Then after that, they might go ahead and discuss bride price, or they might set a meeting at a later date. That's the more commonly practiced. Now, she talked in this story, they talked about where he mentioned that they said traditionally they consider us married because we have reached. I'm not sure about that. It is of my view, or you can correct me, is that after they have most traditions or most tribes, it's only after they've paid the bride price that traditionally you'd be considered as married, or maybe not, because sometimes they don't finish the bride price. Yeah.
I think maybe there's an agreement on how much you need to pay for you to be considered as married or something, or they'll do a traditional like handover or something like that. Is it called a traditional handover or traditional wedding?
Traditional wedding.
Okay.
So because some people don't go to the courts and legally get married, but they can get married traditionally. But there was another phrase I used called we took Tumbale Kuti batigwidi leko. So what this means, like the first initiation is basically saying we're interested in this woman. So please hold, like, you know, when you put a deposit base, it's almost like a deposit before you come and make the full purchase.
No, it's basically like, I think in law terms, they'll probably say like, you are now, it's like
you're entering an agreement.
Yeah, an agreement, but also it's like exclusivity.
Yes, that like is nobody else. Hold. It's a hold.
Hold, like and if anybody comes in,
you say this is on hold.
This is on hold until either this person does not do whatever, and we do not like this person, or this has ended,
or something's changed,
or something has changed. So this is a period now. You're basically being given to say, finish all the requirements that you need to finish for you to be able to be married.
Yes. So if another person was to come and say, here's Tumbale, or here's you know, we want to open a conversation, you'll be like, no, we're based. Yeah, it's a bit like, I know people don't like it, but it is a bit like when you're purchasing goods. I mean, we have a business in Zambia, and one of the things that we do is, if you want to buy something, we'll put it on hold. You put in a certain amount of deposit. We'll hold it for you. We'll tell somebody that this item is on hold. It cannot be purchased, but this person has so amount of days to pay for it in full, and if they don't, we'll let you know if it's available.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like that, but I understand what you mean.
Oh, okay.
But I understand where you're coming, like from the concept, but I think on this situation, it's more on the side of, we've agreed, she's agreed, and now we are in the process of just finalizing everything.
Gotcha.
So it's not like basically they're saying, oh, we agree until you have to pay X amount of this and then you get her.
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's not like...
It's more like we understand. This is starting.
It's like we all know. Like, so I understand on the side of where they're saying the agreement is more on the side of, okay, we agree. We accept you.
Yeah.
But these are our terms and conditions. And because we've agreed, we can now say that you guys, yeah, ideally, we consider you as married or engaged or something like that. And we're just saying these are the things that you need to continue. So on this front, we have to understand, like, because like I always say, we have a level of cultural liberty in the sense of how we address our marriages. If it was maybe in the Western world, it would be very easy to say, look, we go to the courts, we go to either the courts or we go into a church. And we sign documents, and that's us being married.
Yeah.
In other countries, it's different. In other religions, it's also very different.
That's true.
So, like for us, I think there's another side of where I'll mainly talk from the aspect of the East, or not East African. I mean the Southern African side of the way that we do things. There's a side of where traditionally they can accept you as married. Based on certain forms of things that you've done. And I think even the courts sometimes also accept that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if like taking that token of opening a conversation opens the side of now we are married. I don't understand that.
Okay.
So I think maybe he needs to get more information on why.
On the tribe as well.
On the tribe and what it means. And I think also on just to get now into depth of the whole conversation of what's happening here, I think for me, it also, I have to understand a little bit more on what's his thoughts. Is his thoughts mainly saying, because I've paid the bride price, now you need to do certain things that are wifely duties? Or why does it still call her my fiancée instead of my wife?
A good point.
That's another situation. If he's
expecting
wifely duties, and if they've told him you are like married, but he's still saying my fiance. So maybe I'm confused. Do you have any?
No. I don't. I don't. I hear what you're saying. I think on surf. I think it's interesting because I mean we do talk about a lot about being careful what you do.
Yeah.
And not making sure you're not doing things, husband duties and wife duties, like, paying for certain things for her, like, or vice versa, she doing what is considered wifely duties, cooking, cleaning, and everything. But I don't know. I'm going somewhere else, but I'm thinking it's a bit odd. A lot of us women do these. We're not supposed to do it, but a lot of us do it.
That one.
We do these wifely duties before the time. So it's really odd that she's not. I find it slightly odd that she's not. It appears as if she doesn't do anything at all, which I find really strange.
Mm-hmm.
But unless they have a situation where it's like they've agreed never to go into each other's houses and say, because we're trying to remain pure, we're trying to remain, one of the ways we're trying to keep ourselves, accountable and only allowing certain wifely duties to preventing us, getting intimate in certain ways. We're just not going to be in each other's company by ourselves.
Yeah.
Or we're just going to be, do you know what I mean? So I find it seems, although like I'm going to let him have it as we continue the conversation. I've probably just started with a woman, but I think it seems really odd because it appears as if he may not have seen her cook, clean, or do any of these things. And I feel like somehow if you've been dating for 2 years, there's bound to be something that you are going, even if maybe she's refusing and she's not doing it, you will have the confidence to say, you know what, I know she's not doing it because of, or you would even had the conversation though. I don't know why they haven't talked about it. You could have just asked her. But I feel like I'm getting the sense that he has not seen her do anything at all.
Yeah. So maybe do you think he's worried that she doesn't know how to do this?
I think that's, we're starting on the gentle side. Yeah. Because there's bigger stuff, Yes. I feel like maybe he is worried. That's one. I don't think it's the majority of the worry. But I think that there is an element of saying, okay, you know what, we are going ahead with this, but I have not seen anything at all. I don't know. Don't you think when you're dating someone for 2 years, even if you don't meet in each other's houses, you will somehow know that they can perform these things, whether it's through the conversations you have, somehow if you're all in the same community church, you meet with friends, someone picks up, I don't know.
But we have to let's look at it from face value and saying that I don't think that's his complaint. His complaint that she doesn't do it at his house.
That part is a problem because... Yeah,
because I'm saying, let's say, for example, if he's saying, I haven't seen her do these things.
That's true.
And I am worried if she can cook, clean, or certain things.
Point.
For him, he's saying that I've made a commitment and I want her to basically ease the stress that I have or ease the burden that I think I'm having at the moment, and I'm already planning for her to be my wife.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, you literally taking it as he hasn't complained to say she can't. Because for me, I'm just like, it seems very odd. But then I guess maybe I'm trying to look at the silver lining amongst this conversation. I'm just like, what are you purchasing a maid? Is it, because that's how he's like, how long do I have to wait before she can start performing duties at my house? Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. And I think that's the problem in the sense of where like we've also talked about like the issue of the bride price and the thing that comes with the connotation that comes with the aspect of bride price. It has become a level of where a long time we used to say it was just like a token of appreciation. But now it's like it's been monetized to the sense of where some people even feel entitled and say, I've purchased you. And you have to do A, B, C, D. And I think this is the other side of maybe you can see a mindset also coming in this sense of, okay, I want her to do something. She's refused. I've done the aspect of reaching at her place. So why is she still refusing? So he's now basically saying, I've done something for her to at least be more comfortable to do these things. And I think maybe the best thing is, I don't think Facebook or any place is the place to also bring this conversation. I think if he hasn't had the conversation with her,
they need to talk.
They need to either have a conversation with this. And I think also maybe that's why we always say, like, if you are engaged or married we also, that's why we're saying you have to do certain things in community, particularly when we're saying community in the context of the church. Because in the context of the church, they will give you now, they will now start effectively now start doing what they call marriage counseling. In the marriage counseling sessions, I think certain conversations come and say what is expected of you in your courtship as you're getting to know one another. Though maybe some people will even direct some of the conversations you can have.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you're worried about, and you can bring them to the table and they can discuss them in that front.
Yeah.
And maybe you can also understand if this is a situation that it bothers you, as maybe you are being counseled, you also ask and say, this is what it bothers me. I want to understand, why doesn't she do this? And is she supposed to first be doing this? And maybe it's a traditional thing that I don't understand, and all that stuff. And maybe she can bring it to he can bring it to the table. But I also see on her side, she's also being principled. And I'm saying, look, as much as we're basically saying like, we've been very hard on women through our podcast. We say women, sometimes they're very relaxed to the point of where they'll just start doing certain things. When a man comes, they'll either sleep around with that man, or then they have babies and all that stuff. And then when somebody is now on their side,
on both of them.
Mostly on women, because we're saying this actually affects you more.
Oh, I see.
Because you have the baby.
Yeah.
You're the one who has to watch this, and then now you want to now start making decisions when something has come and all that stuff. But you have to deal with the day to day. But now on her side, she's basically saying, I have to be protected, and to the point of where she's saying, I'm only going to do these things when I am married.
That's a good. It's true. It's true. This is good. This is good because we do a lot of things. I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying no. I'm not going. But it's just a bit odd that they haven't had. She's avoiding him, and he's clearly asking her. But so I'm agreeing with you. I think what she's doing is good. Excuse me, but it just made me wonder. No, you're not. You're like, Ruth, why you always have to? I wonder if they're having sex. I know you want to look at me like, what is wrong with you? I wonder because whether they are having sex. I mean, that's not the conversation. But I do wonder because if they're not, then perhaps he may not be as shocked, because he's like, okay, they're waiting fully for her to do anything. But then if she's having sex with him but then refusing to do all these other things, then you're it's half the job basically.
We'll stick to what's been put into the conversation. So I'll assume that she's not doing that.
Okay,
I'll assume that she's not doing any wifely duties. Even if it's sex.
No, he said housewife duties. Because the other thing, because he said she can only do housewife duties after I pay something. Okay, let me see. Let me read it again. However, I expected her that perhaps after sending people to meet her family, things would change. Yet she still insists that she can only do housewife duties after I pay something. Oh, okay. So they have talked about it, but she's saying no, or after you pay something. But I don't know what that means by paying something.
Yeah.
So, but then they're called housewife duties. So I don't know. Maybe these are specific housewife duties.
Yeah, but we can also say those housewife duties can also be the same. We'll put sex in the housewife duties things, which I think is also something that is only
that's wife duties. There's a difference between wife duties and housewife duties.
I think it's the same thing.
No, babe. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, I think it falls in that category of. I'm not saying like because you have to now do something. I think as a wife,
because he hasn't said
duty.
Wife duties.
Okay,
he's called them housewife duties.
Okay, but I'm just assuming.
Okay, so you're gonna put them in there. Am I allowed to put it out?
No. Okay, you can put it out. Okay, yeah. But I'm saying, look, on this other side, I think biblically, the duties that I think a wife should basically be doing are in the house, one, and also to please her husband if it comes to the sense of being intimate. And I think on this side, I'll probably assume on the side that she is not doing any of those things.
Okay.
Which I think
then
that's
it's a good thing.
That's
Then it's a really good thing if she's doing that.
Which is the positive side.
Even with even if it was half, at least we're half there, but we should be fully there.
Yeah.
But at least I think it is good.
Yeah.
I just find it maybe odd because generally some of these things come out. But no, it's true. We shouldn't be going to a man's house and going to I don't want I think I don't know. It's just I don't know. Would you want me to be coming to your house and washing dishes and cooking for you? Don't lie.
If what?
If it was the other, what if it was us?
If it was you,
because it was different. What if you were living by yourself and would you want me to be coming to your house and washing and stuff like that?
I would say because I before we got married, I never experienced that, because I'm saying like, look, either before I got married, I was either living at my family home with my parents and my brothers, and not I say my mom and my brothers. And then once we got married, then I started basically living by myself.
That's what I'm saying. What if you were living by yourself before? Would you expect me? Would you have wanted me? Wanted is yes. You probably would have.
Yeah.
But what would your thoughts have been? Would it be something that you'd have had on your mind?
I don't know. Because I haven't experienced that thing. Because I can see a side of where maybe I would think of it in a particular way.
I think you'd appreciate it, but I don't think you'd be demanding it.
I wouldn't be demanding it, but I would appreciate it. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. Yeah, because like some people who before they get married, they'll maybe 3 or 4 months live by themselves, find a house, and then they'll start living by themselves or something like that, and then they've got this level of freedom. And now trying to understand how they navigate just responsibilities and everything. And then you've got also the freedom. And then, and I think these are very dangerous zones, because that dangerous zones is you've got the freedom. You're not in your home, in your family home, and you're now feeling independent. Yeah. And then you've also made commitments of getting married, but you're not married.
Yeah. And
then now you're now trying to live like you're married. And I think this is where it can be easily where you're semi-cohabitating. And I think that's what I think he wants here.
Yeah, definitely.
He wants an aspect
that because
of a semi-cohabitating thing.
He doesn't know how to wash clothes. He doesn't know how to cook. He's just him. What type of mess are you making? I mean, that would scare me. I'm just what type of mess are you making that there is literally chores in your whole house as a single man? And I know men can be very messy, which is another flag which is raising up in my head, how messy are you that you really need someone to be coming doing all of these things? And if he's busy, there's an option for him to get another form of assistance.
No, but I also see on his side on where I'm saying where girls sometimes do that.
What do you mean?
They do and just try to help as much as they can with their fiancés. I mean,
in this situation, it's quite hard. Let's say she's also working.
Yeah.
I think also this man scares me, to be honest. I feel like this is one will be, if I was married to him, he would just be oh, you haven't done this. You haven't, I don't know. He just, it's how do you, most men, they're just live in such a messy place. They don't even realize that the plates need washing until they've run out. But I just feel, I don't know, he scares me that he will be oh, you have to do this. This is what a wife is supposed to do. And he hasn't said anything about what she's doing, whether she is at home doing nothing, or whether she's employed, or whether she's at school, whether she's seeking employment, because she's also could be busy as well.
Yeah.
So that means if you're both busy and you're both working, how is the household going to be run? But if he's the one working and she's going to be a housewife, perhaps that's the picture he's painting, then yes, she will be doing more of the chores because she's at home more. But I think this conversation, if he's really worried, he needs to have this conversation in okay, and the girl needs to make it clear that, look, I'm not doing these things because of this, which she has made it clear, but when we get married, I will do it. And he just needs to accept that this is it. And if he wants to marry her, then he needs to hurry up.
I see you on that side, but let me throw it in a different direction. What if she's hiding that she cannot do these things, and she is now driving the narrative of I'm only gonna do these things when we're married?
That's what I was saying at the beginning, babe. That's what I was saying. I was like, am I because the first time you read this, you just think the guy is just not serious. Like he just wants a maid.
No, because
and a wife.
What I see from this situation is on both sides. She is saying, because I have paid something, they've told us this, and I'm expecting her to do at least some things. I'm not even supposed to ask about it, but even though she doesn't do it, I'm worried about this. But when I ask her and she's saying, her response is, you need to pay something.
Yeah. Because
so now is the money the most important thing? That because I can see where, like, for both of them,
I think she means symbol to say that I am your wife, commitment. But
they've already said that.
No, it was the tumbale. It was the initiation, the open conversation.
Yeah, but it's not like his family now said you guys are married. Wasn't it her family that said we consider you guys now married?
Yes. But I don't know if she was there or she understands that's what that also means.
Yeah.
Because even he's calling her fiancé, like you picked up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say in that sense of maybe she doesn't know how to do these things and she's hiding. I that's just another side if I'm just thinking of it that way. But I see on the other side of where she's saying, I need a commitment. And I think also these are the same things that we also need to understand, that there's a level of commitment that you need to have for you guys to experience certain things. And I think this is also a certain thing. Also, we see it also biblically in the sense of, look, commitments were there, especially on the aspects of marriage, in the sense of we've made a commitment, bride price or something like that. Even when we look at the aspects of where, from the aspects of the gospel, there is a commitment from us in the sense of once we are saved, we've got the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, who now has been put into us and now lives with us until the time when Christ comes back. So there is an aspect of a deposit that has been left.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Tumbale is not a deposit. And I think sometimes he also needs to say, look, my focus should not be about her cooking and cleaning. My focus should be, I need to make her my wife.
Yeah.
Than trying to basically live semi-cohabitating in the sense of where I'm trying to get all these other benefits and everything like that.
Exactly, and he hasn't even finished.
And he hasn't finished the process of them getting married. But I also see on the other side of where, like, there are some girls. And this, I think, should not be something that a man should force a girl to do. There's some girls who are just like, okay, I'm a fiancé, I'm about to get married. Okay, let me go and just see him. Okay, I've seen where he lives. Okay, yeah, the dish is not clean. Okay, let me clean at her own prerogative. There's some people who do that. Yeah. And that is not like, there's no rule for that, for her to do it or not do it. Some girls, they even do like that, where we sometimes we're like, where we're joking about Uniwife or something like that, where a girl is doing all these things for that person. And she becomes like a wife type of person. And I'm saying that, but you're not supposed to be doing that, because maybe for her, she's just being kind. And out of her kindness, she's just like, okay, why am I doing this? And then she's not also understanding that these things that she is doing also can be symbolic in a way of where she may either want something from him, or he is benefiting in a way that maybe he can become so relaxed because he's getting whatever he wants to get, and then he's living like he's married without the commitment. So he'll be relaxed and trying to also not make the needed things that he needs to do for him to actually close the deal. Because he's like, okay, she's cooking, I can see her every day and everything like that. And on top of that, if they've even been intimate, so why should I even be married to her? I'm already getting whatever I'm getting. And this is now where the blurry line comes. I think the best thing for what people should do is finish the whole process. Yeah. Then take her to be your bride. At least you're not half-hearted thinking, or is she my bride or not? And I think her making that stance, I actually commend it.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not gonna lie.
I
don't think many of us do it, but it's good.
Yeah. Anything
But,
you want to add?
Nah, I think she needs to keep her eyes open because for him to even come and complain about it, I'm worried about that house. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go again. We'll start look at a few comments. Yeah. And what are the comments saying?
I pity this lady. Seems you are only marrying her so that she can help you with chores.
Yeah, like you were saying, it can come off that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But truth be told, that woman is not your wife yet. She is your wife to be. For now, just hire someone to be helping you do house chores until you marry her. Simple.
Yeah, that's true. Then there was another one. He says, "Why do you have chores at your house?" Yeah, everybody has chores. Yeah.
So you are married because of house chores?
That's why it looks like that, to be honest, because he emphasizes that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. And then the other one says, nothing to do with her being a lala. She is simply a cultured lady. Actually, that's how it was supposed to be in the beginning.
And then another one says, are you looking for a wife or a maid? Hire a maid since you have limited time. The woman is very smart. She has done well to refuse wife duties for a boyfriend. I applaud her for that. Marry her if you want the wife duties. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree on that. So yeah. So any other comments that you wanna?
No, I think all of them are saying the same thing.
The same thing. So
go to the maid center. Just get married if you're desperate, want her to be performing duties of a wife. Otherwise, she's doing the right thing. So I think everyone is in agreement.
Yeah, and I can see why they're also in agreement in saying, look, because if that's his main focus, I can also see something where it can be dangerous where like he's seeing a maid do something that he wants to do and then now falls in love with this maid based on those things and now can bring another thing. So he's looking for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
He's looking for the wrong thing and he's emphasizing for the wrong thing in this season. In this season, he should look for first finishing whatever he has to do to get her to be his bride.
Yeah, therefore.
Yeah. Anything you want to add?
No, I was just going through these and I think everything is in agreement. I don't think there's anyone who is
saying anything.
Anything.
So we would also like to hear your comments on what you guys think about this, and we really appreciate what you guys want to say on these things. So until
wait, I have one.
What's the other one?
Sorry to interrupt you. Well, I just saw a nice comment, which I think I was looking for something on the contrary. It says, a lady who loves you and cares about you will offer help to you as long as she's with you. I hope that's not a red flag of you yet to come for you. I'm sure you also help her. Have you withheld your help because she's only your fiancé? Don't mind this commenting because we know them. They even kneel for their boyfriend. Oh, sorry, I didn't. But anyway, my point was.
Yeah, that's actually true because I think we haven't actually touched on the other side of maybe if he's doing boyfriend duties.
Yeah, is he doing husband duties?
And husband duties for her. Is he paying for her transport? Is he doing A, B, C, D? So maybe that's another thing we also have to understand. But I think maybe we didn't touch on that because we're just looking on the depth of his story. Because sometimes if you're doing husbandly duties, there's an aspect of where you feel like there's an expectation.
No, it's true because some women expect you to be giving them an allowance every month, to be paying for their rent, to be paying for their school fees, to be paying for this and that, my hair, my this, my that. And it's true. It's true. Yeah. And there might be things he's doing and he's actually feeling like, look, I am actually going out of my comfort zone as a boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting you to give everything. I'm just expecting you to help me out with house chores. Yeah. This same money I could be using for the maid, I'm using to give you because you want it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think she's smart if she's not doing that. If she's not getting, let's take it at face value and saying she's not receiving anything and she's also refusing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I agree. If she's basically trying to eat her cake and have it at the same time, I disagree. And I think she should also, I don't think that's the best way to check her. I think both of them should be checked
Yeah,
on what should they value in this season of their
definitely.
courtship. Yeah. So yeah, we've come to the end of our podcast. Like we always say, we're thankful for the support that we get from you guys, and we always ask for you guys to like, subscribe,
Share.
and yeah, until next time, thank you for listening, and yeah, take care and God bless. Bye bye.
Bye.